You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. All right, so we have got to prepare for the landscape to wake up. And so I alluded to this a little bit at the bottom of the hour. You had to get ready. Your soils had to get ready, put the trees and shrubs in the ground before they wake up. If you're thinking of fruit trees, get them, you should feel urgency, get them in right away. Sooner the better. Big trees like evergreens, pine, spruce, fir. If you've got a privacy screen going down the length of your property, you need to put those in now. It will greatly maximize this year's spring. You get far more growth out of those plants by planting them before the spring season actually hits. So don't wait. Anyway, that's enough of that. Won't harp on it because now you'll feel bad. But what you should do is feed the landscape. Everything in the yard should be fed. And I got a little caveat for you. We're starting to see bugs. So I've got 3 things for you to really watch after, 2 tasks you really need to do by the end of the month, by the middle of March. I've got 2-3 weeks to get this done, but you should get it out there right now. And so you should fertilize everything in the landscape. And if you're just tuned into this, let me be very specific. You don't want to just use anything. Get rid of that synthetic junk that the box store has. You don't want that in your yard. If you're on a well, you can poison yourself. And if you're not on the well, you can poison the rest of us. That stuff is so water soluble. The second we get any moisture, which March is famous for, it's going to pick most of that up and it's going to go down the dry washes. It's not going to go in the ground, or it flushes through the soil so fast that the plants don't have time to pick it up. If you're tuned in the mountains of Arizona, you need to be using organic or all natural plant foods, which can be difficult to figure out. I get it. It's like this weird mix of bone meals and blood meals and feather meals and cottonseed meals. What do I do with this stuff? I just want good old fashioned synthetic, like petroleum based fertilizer. Give me some sort of steroid thing. Here's the benefit of all natural plant foods. Every time water hits them, they release just a little bit of food over like a 3-month period. So they take a much longer time to break down. And so the plants love that. They like feeding a little bit over a long period. And here's the real benefit. Synthetic fertilizers, they burn up your worms, everything good in the soil, they just burn it away. So it's chemicals, very hot. So they get rid of your mycorrhizal colonies, your beneficial insects that are in the soil that helping the symbiotic relationship with your plants. There's this whole magical thing that happens in the ground that's good, that synthetics kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step, or 2 steps back, 3 steps back. You really want to use organic or all natural foods. Now, all of a sudden, you're fertilizing the plant and the good stuff in the soil too. Your worms will feed off of this cottonseed meal and bird guanos and this good stuff that's in this bag. And we've made it simple for you. It's all pelletized. It's dry, pre-mix. You don't have to mix anything up yourself. We did all the math, all the mixing, we curated all the elements. So just spread it. A bag will cover 2,000 square feet. We've made it so easy. Spread it over top of the rock. It will just go, don't have to work it in the soil. It will go through the rock, go through the fabric, go through the ground, and just magically become available to the plant. What you can do is get it on the landscape. And we're talking almost the entire yard. So a tree, you're going to do the entire drip system, as we call it. So if you're standing straight and you hold your hands straight out, so your trunk is your body, and then that outer branch, that's the drip line, your outer arms, that far reaching, that's where the drip line is. And the most important roots of that plant are at the farthest edges of that plant, or the farthest edge of the drip line. That's where you want to focus your fertilizer, because that's where the fine root hairs are. Up close to real close to the trunk at the base of this shrub are big anchoring roots. They're great big chubby barky roots. They can't take in water and they can't take in food. They just simply hold the plant upright in a windstorm. Your feeder roots are further out. So focus your fertilizing out there. That's a mistake I find rookies make. They're putting this, they got this 5-year-old tree. You got a beautiful pear tree or apple tree, and they're putting all the food right there at the trunk when the feeder roots are further out. Focus, sprinkle, it looks salt and peppered out there towards the drip line of that plant. You'll get better flowers on your roses, better flowers on your lilacs and forsythias and quince and all those things that bloom. Fertilize now. If I know they're not quite in leaf, but they will be within days, get the food on before, especially organic fertilizers, get it on before they actually leaf out. And so we make 2 here at the Garden Center. The original is 744 all-purpose plant food. It's cottonseed meal, bird guano. We put some iron and sulfur in it. We call it all natural. For you folks that are hardcore organics, I don't even want iron in my food. I don't want any sulfur. I don't care how the pH acts. I just want organic. We've got that too. We call it vegetable and fruit tree food. So it's just, there's no minerals in it. As soon as you put a mineral into a fertilizer, you can't call it organic. So you can call it natural, but you can't call it organic. But if you just stick with the meals, so the cotton meal, the blood goods, blood meals, and that kind of stuff, now you've got a all organic. That's good for fruit trees. So we call it 6447 organic fruit and vegetable food. Okay, that's what it's called. And so it's pelletized. And so you spread that out on the yard, and the plants, it'll break down. The plants will pick it up as it needs it. As we get snow, as we get rain, as it goes through the root zone, it'll kind of pick up the stuff and go, yummy. Sounds good. I'm going to leaf out. We call it 6447 because we know that you're going to struggle with calcium deficiencies. It's something that we have, high alkalinity soils. It locks up the calcium that's in that's available to the plant. So we're going to juice the plant, your soil, the root zone around that plant, so it picks up more calcium. That will make sure your fruit size is larger, sweeter. You won't have blossom end rots on your tomatoes and your peppers. This is a black spot that forms where the flower was. That's a classic calcium deficiency. Well, if we know that you're going to struggle with that here in northern Arizona because of the water issue that we have, this high alkalinity, well, let's just juice it so you don't have those problems. And so you put it out there, just breaks down, and away you go. Now, the thing, it always comes up, well, how far down do I need to work this fertilizer on this plant food? You don't have to work it at all. It will break down. The plant will be, consistency is the key. Get it down there several times a year. We're thinking around Easter. So March sometime. You want to be around the 4th of July. So that's when the rainy season starts in the summer. That's when everything, you get a whole nother set of growth then. The most important feeding is around Halloween. So it's using that food last fall. It's using that food to bloom this spring. Now they've taken all that food. Now they're gonna need some more. So you're putting it back on in spring. And so that's kind of your so you're thinking Easter, 4th of July, Halloween. If you think holidays, and if you miss that, come see us. We got a handout. Go to our website, watersgardencenter.com. Type in plant foods. It'll come right up for you. But we try to make it real easy. Spread it out there. For the love of gardening, please do not waste your time, energy, or garden dollars on Miracle-Gro. That junk does not fertilize your plants. It's not good where we have high alkalinity. And maybe for a container, but even we get so many minerals in our soil already, in our water, that this is a salt-based fertilizer that just juices your containers so that you get this heavy, white, cakey buildup around the containers. That is not good for your plants. And it's really not good for things in the yard. It clogs up the soil. So stay away from that water-soluble, mainly the salt-based Miracle-Gro stuff. It's the #1 selling fertilizer in the country. But you don't want to use it. My friends, I don't want you to use that in your yard because you'll just do more damage than good. Use a good, organic, granular fertilizer over the entire drip line of everything in the yard. The grass, the perennials, the flowers, the trees, the shrubs, all of it. Water's garden companion plants of February are Calgary carpet juniper, lily of the valley, pinyon pines, and peony.
Your grandmother would fall in love with these larger peony with so many colors to choose from.
There's nothing like the enormous flowers to add stunning pops of color.
Endearing springtime blooms are more than fragrant with luscious double flowers.
Shop the most perennial peonies in Prescott by store or online at watersgardencenter.com. For a more fruitful garden, increase success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.